The markets just went through a huge flush, and it's not just crypto, it's also the stock market. There was a big sell-off just now. There are a lot of people who are scared about this, but there are also a lot of people who say it's clear market manipulation. I believe that's exactly what this is. It's something I want to talk about, and I want to talk about a few things taking place in crypto. Once more, a lot of people will have different thoughts on this, but when we really look at my screen, we see a sea of red. Also, it's not just the top 100, the top 1,000. The market is all red. It's red for exchanges. Even though Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high in May, this is still happening. And everyone is wondering what's going on. Are we going to see the whole season? Is the bull run over? What's going on? This is how the market looks. The market value is now $3.29 a year above trillion at the moment. One Bitcoin is worth about 2 rights, which is about 1.8 million Cambodian naira. The value of Ethereum is about 2.4k XRP, which is about 2.99 cents right now. First, I want to talk about liquidations since we saw a lot of them today. Over $983 million, 0 cents was sold in the last 24 hours, with $891 million, 0 cents coming from long contracts. So, most of this was people in awkward positions. It led to a liquidity, you could say, cascade, which is what happens every time situations with too much debt are targeted. But it wasn't just power that was being go after. It was about going after the whole market. Right now, this is Bitcoin. The coin market cap is broken, so let me update quickly. This is how it looks. This month is over. We have that nice run up again. We're talking about $112,000 here. The drop here, on the other hand, was about $114,000. The question now is this the bottom, or are we going to down? I'm going to answer that. Altcoins are what I'm mostly interested in here, right? In the past few days and weeks, what have I been saying? You should be ready for the big drops in this market. That's what I've been telling you. Bitcoin is down 3% daily, but it's only down 3.62% in the last week, which is nothing. Old coins like XRP are down 5% and have lost about 4.24% in the last week. That's not too strange, but you can see that the drop is almost twice as big here. That's because Bitcoin is so popular. In the past month, XRP has gone up and down. It hit about $2.60 in the middle of May, and it's now back down to about $2.00 or 9 cents. Once more, this market is unstable. There will be big changes in this price while the market chops and continues to remain stable. When it comes to Bitcoin, I think that prices will be much higher later this year. A little more about XRP is also going to be talked about, but I do want to talk about a few things in this market. First, I did say that this was market trickery. It is pretty clear that what I meant when I said market manipulation at its finest. I have to agree with Skertis on this because it's very clear with all the good news about crypto right now, legislation for stablecoins, the SEC opening up the market, etc. Altcoin prices haven't really gone up during this time. In fact, I don't think we've seen any good price action since January, for example. Yes? For example, XRP made some nice moves here, but the last time we were trading at a significant high or saw any good price action was in January. Now, it's been 5 months since prices went up. Since all this good news is coming out, we have only been combining and cutting, as well as being annoying. Do not misunderstand. I can see where a lot of you are coming from. We see all this good stuff happening in this space, like new laws and progress, but the price action isn't there yet. That's because Bitcoin is still important to us, and these markets are still being hacked today. I am now going to explain why I believe this is market manipulation. But prices are falling here because of this tweet, which is clear market trickery. This comes from Elon. He told me it was time to drop the big one. In the Epstein files, you can find the real Donald Trump. That's the real reason they haven't been made public. John F. Kennedy, have a nice day. These kinds of posts are being made by Elon because of what happened today. So over the last 24 hours, we saw Elon Musk make a lot of posts about Trump on Slate. Trump did say things back too, because today has been a fight back and forth. This is where Trump is actually making things worse. Trump is saying that they are ending relationships with Musk that are with the government. Ending Elon's government contracts and subsidies is the best way to save billions and billions of dollars for our budgets. It always seemed odd to me that Biden didn't do it. Also, Elon was wearing thin on the bottom. I told him to go away. I got rid of his EV rule that made everyone buy electric cars that no one else wanted. He had known for months that I would do this. He went crazy. Again, who are we going to believe here? We're not sure. I don't think we should even trust any of these people. But this fight has only gone back and forth. They are still following each other though, and it seems like this is taking place at a very interesting time. On top of that, there is a lot of heat on this bill, right? We've heard about this bill to bring everything together. We in the Senate are losing faith in this bill. There was a 75% chance that it would be passed before July, 48 hours ago. Now there's a 50% chance, and dropping is Elon's live effort to kill the bill. This is the main reason why all of this is being talked about, even though it seems like it should be taking everyone's attention away from the big news, which is that fixed coin laws are almost here. On top of that, the FOMC meeting with the Fed is happening this month as well, most likely this coming week. It looks like the market is being flushed out and shaken up right before the big moves. This is something I have seen happen over and over again. We're back in 2020, right? Everything that really scared everyone was the news that old coins would be destroyed in 2021. And of course, XRP would also be sued. Everyone believed that old coins were dead. After that, alt season came out of nowhere in 2021, catching everyone by surprise. Okay, this is the same thing that happened there. I think the biggest moves are about to happen, but markets are going down. I'll talk about that again in a moment. But everything kept getting blown out of proportion. It even got out that Elon Musk agrees with the idea that President Trump should be removed from office and replaced by J.D. Vance. Besides that, Trump's tariffs will also lead to a slump in the second half of this year. I don't think we'll have a recession this year because of these taxes. There will be a slowdown in 2026, which is what Income Sharks is saying here. That's because it happens about every 2 years, right? We had a recession every 2 years when we were getting close to one. The president had been in office for 2 years. The next year will be 2026, which means this is the first year. Aside from that, though, the main way I think is the same as what I explained in April. Okay, let's go back to April just for fun. I put this up on April 4th. Let's go back to April 4th now. This is it. It's April 6th, but it happens every 2 days, right? We could see that we're every week. This was the week of April 4th. That means the low was around $74,400.